Hi, my name is Rose, and I'm from Florida. Please like and subscribe. Ever since I can remember, I've always led a pretty normal life, filled with the 3 F's: food, friends, and football. And when I turned 14, I knew I wanted to try out for my high school team. Girls playing football? Ha! Please. I threw the ball at them to show them my skills, but right then, this girl walked in its path. Ow! You missed. You do better as a cheerleader. I ignored them and rushed over to her. I am so sorry. Are you okay? No worries, I'm okay. But you know, I have the combinations for their lockers. Huh? I saw how those jerks were acting, and I was actually coming over to give them a piece of my mind. Yeah, those boys make me so mad. But I say, don't get mad, get ants. April and I filled their helmets and couldn't help but laugh as we watched them squirm and swat while trying to explain to the coach. I'm April, by the way. Nice to meet you. I'm Rose. We've been partners in crime ever since, making prank calls to our classmates, baking cupcakes with gummy worms for the bake sale to annoy the snooty girls, usual high school stuff. But then things took a turn when I hit sophomore year. One day, I was running late for class, but I had to pee. When I came out of the stall, I saw this beautiful dark-haired boy with the most intense green eyes. This is the ladies' room? Excusey. Sushi? In the bathroom? Then he pointed to the wall, and I realized I was in the wrong place. Oops. I was in such a rush. Hey, you must be one of the exchange students. Where are you from? Italia. Oh, do you speak any English? Well, I know some Italian too. Una mattina mi sono alzato. Oh, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Who told you that if you slow down and speak louder, that someone will understand your language better? Oh, so you're a comedian. Well, do you understand sign language? 'Cause I've got a gesture for you. Relax, everyone. I'm keeping it PG. Talk to the hand. Oh, don't be like that. I just thought you were cute and I was messing with you. Don't go. I stormed out, but he grabbed my hand to stop me, knocking my phone on the floor, and when we both went to pick it up, I accidentally headbutted him on the way back up. Ow, I think you broke my nose. Just then the bell rang, and I couldn't be late again to Miss Stander's class. Sorry, I don't have a tissue, but this tampon may help. You'll be fine. I made it to class 15 seconds after the bell rang, and I couldn't wait to tell April. But just as I was about to give her the deets, he walked in. Class, I'd like to welcome one of our new exchange students. Holy moly. She asked if anyone would volunteer to take him to the nurse, and April's hand shot up in the air like a rocket, but Miss Stander pointed at me. Since you were late to your seat, perhaps you need a lesson in thinking of others, not just yourself. Come on, holy moly, let's get you all better. As I walked him to the nurse's office, he kept trying to talk to me. I'm Billy, but I knew, like this, I might fall for his charms. So I panicked and pinched his arm to get him to stop talking. Ow. Oh look, here we are. Bye! And after school, all the girls, even April, started gushing about how gorgeous Billy was. I mean, even with his nose all bandaged up, he's so dreamy. The next day, I was having lunch with April when we saw Billy talking up some of the cheer squad. I bet he loves the attention. Ugh, he's such a flirt. Then we heard a familiar voice behind us. Yes, he is. Am I having the side effects of today's lunch food, or is he in 2 places at once? Oh, that's my twin brother. Yo, Blaine. April and I were both shocked. I was glad Billy wasn't a flirt, but then my brain was working overtime on a plan as Blaine walked towards April. Billy for me, Blaine for April. Woohoo! We'd be one big family. I gave April an encouraging look, signaling her to talk to Blaine, but she didn't utter a word. Blaine, this is April and Rose. Hey, Rose. Wow, not only do they look alike, they sound the same too. So you're the one I can thank for making me the better-looking twin. It looked like the entire cheer squad agrees with you. So Blaine, you know if you want to pass your classes, you need a study buddy. I mean, April here is a whiz. Right, April? Yeah, let's have a study group. We'll meet you guys at the library after school tomorrow. As we walked away, I turned to April. Oh my God, did you see how Blaine was staring at you? I don't know, Rose. I just met him. So the next day, I gave April an awesome makeover, and I added 12 more layers of lip gloss. When trying for the 13th layer, this gloss will last for a whole week now. Let's go. Our study date was amazing. I found out that Billy was really sweet. I talked to him all the time, and April kinda looked happy with Blaine too. Then one day, I hopped to the store to grab snacks for our library session, and as I was reaching for the top shelf, I felt someone slap me on the butt. No way was I gonna let some random weirdo do that, so I whipped around and went full demon karate girl on the guy. But as I kicked him, I realized it was Blaine. Ow! What the heck, dude?" He pointed to a cockroach on the floor that apparently had been crawling on my butt. "You could have just told me."
Okay, but you should be thankful.
"Thankful? You should apologize to me."
Ha! Why don't you just leave?
"You can't tell me to leave. This isn't your family store, you know. My dad could buy this store for me with a snap of his fingers."
Oh, really? My family is richer than yours. We use $100 bills as napkins, and I have even more money in my piggy bank than you have in your entire bank.
He waved his card at me before he put it in his back pocket. I sneakily swapped it with my library card when I purposely knocked into him. Then I walked out of the store. Not for long. I was the first one to arrive at the library, and just as I reached for the book, I felt a hand sweep across mine. It was Billy, but I turned around too quickly, and the book fell on his head.
How? You had to pick the biggest book in the library?
Well, what's up with the sneak attack?
I thought I could admire your pretty face in secret.
Really now? I hope my pretty face doesn't blind you. He laughed, and we talked about football. Suddenly, his eyes twinkled and he leaned closer to me. My heart raced as I realized he was gonna kiss me, and just then he sneezed right on my face. Ew! Yuck! He quickly tore some pages out of the book and handed it to me.
I am so sorry. Here, wipe your face on that.
And what's worse, the librarian saw us and threw us out. Just then, he pulled the tape off of his nose. "Blaine, you jerk!"
Sorry, Billy's not gonna make it today. He's with Mom, so I decided to pay you back for the card switcheroo you pulled on me. You can imagine how embarrassing it was to try to pay for food with my library card.
Blaine held up my card, but as I went to grab it, he moved and held it above his head so I couldn't reach it.
What's the matter? You can't take it out of my hand?
You forget, I'm not a basketball fan, more of a footballer. I tackled him to the ground.
Jeez, girl, you've got moves.
Don't try to butter me up now that I've taken you down.
I'm serious. You know, my dad's got connections with sports agents if you want me to set you up with a meeting. But it has to wait, because I'm enjoying this closeness with you.
Oh my god, is he flirting with me? We were trying to get up from the floor, but my foot twitched and I fell, causing Blaine to go over me. Then he touched my face. Wait, stop. I like Billy. Or do I? Or I like Blaine? I'm so confused. Guys, help me out here. What should I do? And we kissed. You guys did say kiss him, right? It was amazing. But I pulled away when I remembered April was supposed to be with Blaine. Too late though, because she showed up just in time to see us kiss. What's going on? I thought she looked so betrayed. I couldn't think of anything better, so I faked a stomachache. It's bad tacos. I dashed off, but April had enough and she ran after me. Don't you dare run away. Just tell me, why did you kiss him? It wasn't a kiss. He was giving me CPR. What? Yeah. Remember when I puked in Miss Stander's exam? I had just found out that I had cancer, and today I fainted, so he was helping me. I kept it to myself, not wanting anyone to pity me. But April, how could you think of me like that? I felt bad for lying, but I truly didn't want to ruin our friendship. I would have to cover up for now, but soon I would tell her the truth and we could laugh about it. Oh my god, Rosie! I'm so sorry. I was so wrong. Please forgive me. Seriously? You're using my shirt as a snot wiper? The next day at school, Blaine brushed his hand against mine as he walked by. My heart skipped a beat. I was confused about why I didn't feel the same around Billy. I shrugged it off and looked for April. What do you need? You want to hold my hand? A bottle of water? See? This is why I didn't tell you. I don't want you to treat me any differently. And don't tell anyone either. Okay, you got it, bestie. I have an idea. Why don't we go to my family's cabin by the lake this weekend? We can have a fun slumber party like we used to. Absolutely! That weekend, April picked me up. But when we got to the cabin, I was shocked to see Billy and Blaine were already there. Surprise! I thought now you could have Billy and I'll just hang out with Blaine. I was so on edge around Billy and Blaine. We unpacked our stuff and we were about to make dinner when Billy grabbed the pan.
I'll be making a special dinner for someone special tonight. I don't think anyone wants food poisoning, so I'll be making dinner tonight for my special lady. Oh, really? Your special lady? You have no idea what me and Rose have, so you better shut your pie hole or I'll do it for you.
April was stunned, and Billy took a tampon out of his pocket and shoved it in Blaine's ear.
A tampon? I knew you punched like a girl, but this is a whole other level. Actually, it was a gift from Rose, so I'd like it back.
I was supposed to spend the weekend with my friend, forget about boys, and and get everything back to normal. But instead, everything was falling apart. So I just snuck out for some time to think. I must have walked for a while because I wound up on a road that clearly hadn't been used in months. Then suddenly, I heard a woman yelling for help. As I approached, I saw a woman on the ground. I rushed over to help. "Are you okay?" I knelt down to see that her foot had been badly injured and was stuck in a gopher hole. "Hold still. I think I can use a branch to pry you loose." I freed her from the hole and took her to the hospital for treatment, but she needed blood, and luckily, I was a match. When she woke up, she called me over.
You are an angel. I would have surely been there for a month if you hadn't saved me. If I had a daughter, she'd be just like you.
As she hugged me, I fought back the tears, thinking of how much I missed having my mom around. No matter what you do or how rich you are, there's no replacement for a mother's love.
My sons forgot their undies, so I tried Google Maps to reach them, but I got lost. I just called them, and they should be here soon. You know, I am so proud that nothing can come between them, and they are always together and take such good care of me.
Just then, April, Billy, and Blaine showed up. Mom, wait, these are your sons? Blaine rushed for medicines, and Billy came to hug me.
I was so worried about you. I'm glad you're okay.
But as I hugged him, I realized I was looking over his shoulder with my eyes glued to Blaine. It was then I knew that Blaine was the one, and also that I would have to give him up. I whispered in Billy's ear, "I care so much about you, both of you, but I need to let you both go."
Why? I don't understand.
I can't be the reason that anything comes between you two. Someone just reminded me how important family is. Please, tell Blaine for me. My lie got busted when the doctor told them that I gave the blood, and April heard it and looked so disappointed. I couldn't face April, so I ran away and decided to escape to Europe and complete my high school years there, something my dad had always wanted me to do. But before leaving, I sent a long email to April, apologizing for not being the friend she deserved and telling her my true feelings for Blaine. Then, with tears in my eyes, I deleted all the accounts, knowing that I'd never be able to tell Blaine how I felt. It hurts bad, but I thought it was just better for all of us. Years later, I had graduated from medical college and came back home to set up my pediatric practice. I had only been open for a few weeks when Billy and April walked in with their twin baby girls. "We heard you were back in town and we needed a good pediatrician. And you thought of me?" She gave me a shove so hard that we both started bawling and ended up hugging. Through her tears, she told me how much she'd been missing me. Have you both forgiven me?
Of course, Rose. I mean, after all, you're the reason we wound up together. We realized how much we had in common, and love blossomed from there. We sent you a wedding invitation, but never heard back.
I had all my mail forwarded to my dad's house. I still haven't gone through any of it, but I'm sorry I missed it. I'm sure it was beautiful. Well, you have an open invitation to come by anytime to look at the wedding album.
She'll take any excuse to break that out and show people. We've gone through 3 mailmen.
Oh, sweetie. That night, I swung by my dad's old house to go through all the mail and find the invitation. But what I found instead shocked me to my core. Hundreds of letters from Blaine. Once I started reading them, I was so happy. He had been waiting for me and writing to me all these years, telling me how much he loved me. I Googled the return address on the letters and rushed over to his house and banged on the door excitedly. "Blaine, I know it's late, but you're not gonna believe I just got all your letters." The door opened and my heart pounded. I went to hug him, but stopped suddenly when I saw a beautiful girl had answered the door. "Can I help you?" "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Rose. Just an old friend of Blaine's, and I just stopped by to say, hi. He's not home right now. But do you want me to tell him that you stopped by?" I was crushed. My heart sank to the bottom of my chest, and I could barely get the words out. "No, thank you." I stopped my car at the football field at my high school. I was so heartbroken that I just sat and cried until I heard a knock on the window. It was Blaine.
What's the matter? Did you try to buy food with a library card? Because I can tell you from personal experience, that doesn't work.
I got your letters, but I'm too late.
Well, I'm no expert, but I think ghosting someone for a few years does qualify as very late.
Blaine took my hand and helped me out of the car. "How did you find me here?"
When my mom's assistant said you were at the door, I figured I'd find you here.
I felt a wave of relief wash over me, knowing about her. "I'm so sorry, Blaine, and I can't find the words to say how much I
love you too, Rose."
We were leaning in for a kiss when a football suddenly came flying our way. Blaine grabbed it, tossing it to me.
Care for a little match, Rose?